So when we talk about metadata marts, we're essentially looking at a systemized way to structure and refine data. These marts are like the backbone of the information value chain. They simplify data management and ensure businesses can make smarter decisions.
Right. And it's fascinating how they bring order to what would otherwise be absolute chaos in large data sets. I mean, imagine millions of raw data points just sitting there. Without a metadata mart, you're basically trying to find a needle in a data haystack.
Exactly. What's particularly revolutionary is how Amazon Web Services steps into this picture. Their infrastructure eliminates the need for physical hardware setups. No servers gathering dust in a room somewhere, It's all virtual, scalable, and secure.
And scalable is key here. Think about an e-commerce company gearing up for Black Friday. Their operational needs could skyrocket overnight. And a system like AWS ensures the infrastructure can keep up without a hitch. It's kind of like having a kitchen that automatically adjusts its size depending on how many people you're cooking for.
That's a great analogy. They're essentially taking the guesswork out of resource allocation. And it's not just about storage, it's about security too. From automated encryption to routine patches, nothing is left to chance. These systems are hardened.
Yeah. And honestly, that's becoming non-negotiable, especially for industries playing with sensitive data. Healthcare, for instance, where you've got to protect patient records. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Absolutely. And speaking of high stakes, there's this interesting case from a few years back. Did you know that the largest operational data center in the world spans more than 1 million square feet? That's 1 million square feet dedicated to managing massive data environments like this. The scale is mind-blowing.
It's like an entire city block devoted to, information. But that also shows just how crucial these systems have become. They're foundational for modern operations, whether it's a tech company or, say, a local hospital managing patient data.
Building on that idea of scale and foundational importance, let's dive into how raw data transforms into something actionable. It all starts with the ingestion process, using E3 capabilities. This is where raw data is brought into the system, analysed and mapped. Think of it as laying the groundwork for everything to come.
Right. And what's fascinating here is the transformation itself. Picture this. Thousands of separate data points, like healthcare records, being sorted and categorized. For instance, organizing postal codes and gender demographics into clear, meaningful patterns that can reveal so much about a population's health needs.
Exactly. Let's take postal code data as an example. In one case, you might see 2 distinct patterns emerge, some with 5 digits, others with 9. That could tell you, at a glance, where there are discrepancies or variations in how data's been entered.
And gender demographics, it's another powerful example. I remember reading about a data set where the gender field had inconsistencies, like null values or even placeholders instead of actual data. Those gaps might seem minor, but they could impact real-world outcomes like the accuracy of patient treatment.
And that's why profiling and scanning raw data is so crucial. It's about ensuring that every record aligns with the expected standards, letting businesses, or in this case, healthcare providers, trust the insights they're getting.
That trust is essential. Imagine a doctor making decisions based on incomplete, poorly profiled data. It's unacceptable. But with tools that can reveal those patterns, like hierarchical breakdowns, you can see issues clearly and address them before they spiral.
Precisely. Without this process, systems wouldn't be functional, let alone reliable. And it's not just isolated fixes. It's about building a foundation that supports ongoing integrity for entire datasets. Now, once that foundation of integrity is in place, the next critical layer is implementing business rules. These rules are fundamental in maintaining consistent and accurate data systems. For instance, take social security numbers. Rules can identify invalid formats or missing data. You set clear parameters, like ensuring fields don't contain zeros or invalid character patterns.
And it's incredible how those simple checks can catch major issues. I mean, just recently I came across a healthcare system where invalid SSNs cause billing errors. Huge headaches for both providers and patients, not to mention delayed treatments. It's one of those things you don't think about until it goes wrong.
Exactly. And that's where tools like metric decomposition analysis come into play. This process breaks everything down to pinpoint discrepancies. For example, identifying patterns in postal codes, where some records might have missing digits or incorrect lengths. The system tells you exactly where things don't add up.
Right, but it's more than just identifying missing or mismatched data. It's about validation, isn't it? Ensuring that the data aligns with real-world expectations. Like gender fields, null values could highlight gaps, but they could also signify systemic issues. It's a deeper dive than just surface-level fixes.
Absolutely. When those null values exist, it raises bigger questions. Are there processes in place that lead to underreporting or mismanagement? And the consequences can be severe. Think about hospitals relying on these systems to make life-changing decisions. Mistrust in the data could lead to operational bottlenecks, errors in reporting, or even financial losses.
Or worse, patients receiving incorrect care because records aren't complete. I mean, too often we see the human side of these data problems ignored. It's easy to think of numbers as just, well, numbers, but behind those are real lives.
Exactly, and that's why validation isn't optional. It's critical. The ability to profile data at scale, analyze it, and apply rules ensures that businesses can trust what they're working with. It's no longer a nice to have, it's a necessity.
And it's reassuring to know these systems are catching up. They're becoming smarter, faster, more reliable. Yet there's still room to grow. Data keeps evolving, and so must our tools and approaches.
Couldn't agree more. At the end of the day, reliable data systems aren't just about technology. They're about creating a foundation of trust for every decision made. And that's the heart of it all.
Exactly. And on that note, that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us as we unpack the world of metadata marts, validation, and data integrity.
Yes, thank you for listening. Until next time, take care and keep questioning the data.